friends, welcome to Embellish the Story. I'm Tammy and I'm so tickled you're here with me today. I want to say hello to the ladies who've been with me for so long and supported me since the very beginning. And I want to especially welcome my new subscribers. A lot of you have joined me and left me lots of comments, and I'm enjoying getting to know you. So I just wanted to say that before I get going today. I hope y'all are having a lovely day, and I've spent a couple of days recreating a project that I used to do several years ago. I look back, and the last time I could find a photograph of one of these was in 2021, and it's such a sweet project, and it's so cute. So let me show you what we're going to make, and then we're going to make part of it today. This is a little stuffed envelope that's like a pocket. So it has a little front tuck here that I put this little journaling card. So this beautiful lady is just tucked. It's like a tuck spot. And then it's got some precious ephemera in it. Look at that teacup. Isn't that so cute? It's a little journaling card. It has this pretty tag. And then it has this little scrappy booklet. And it says tea time on it. And it's got all these pretty pages in it. These little embellishments are so cute. And one reason is because I use such pretty digitals. These digitals come from Odulcina. And I'll tell you which ones I've used. And I'll leave the link in the description box. It's coffee stained papers. I used that collection. This woman and most of this ephemera came from the Tea Time Victorian Style Designs. And then that little teacup there came from the Tea Time Fussy Cuts. So I will leave the link to Odulcina's shop. She has lots of beautiful digitals that you would probably enjoy working with because they're so pretty. Those are the ones I've used for this set. Mostly I've used the Tea Time Victorian Style Designs. So that is important that I tell you. And what I want to make with you guys, because we make little tags and journal cards, and we've made flip booklets. We've made those several times, but I've never made a pocket like this with you. It's an envelope. It's really a stuffed envelope. So I wanted to make this with you guys. It is so quick. And, you know, I don't like to measure, and you don't have to measure doing this. You just use the envelope, and you just cut it out around the envelope. This pocket was designed to hang over the edge of the book page, so you can see how it cascades down. And that's the way I designed it. And the size envelope I used exactly fits on one page. So this makes a very full presentation once you start stuffing other embellishments in it. So let's start with the size envelope I used. I put it on, I'm going to cover it. So I wrote it on the envelope itself. This is a 5 by 3.75 envelope. These envelopes just came out of a set of thank you cards I bought at Target. So they're very easy to find. And another reason I picked this envelope, other than it fits on the journal page, is because it has this little point. And to me, this design works best when you've got an envelope with a point. So I wanted to make sure I told you guys that. And I'm going to use a background page from the Tea Time Victorian Style Designs kit. So pretty. And we're just going to cover this envelope with this page. It takes one page to cover the envelope, not much at all. I'm going to start by covering, so here's my envelope. I'm going to start by opening it and covering this part first. I'm only going to cover this part right now. And the most important thing is I don't want to close this pocket. So I'm going to glue the envelope itself and then put down the paper so that I don't close up that pocket. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, is just cover the envelope. I hope you guys are having a great week. It's very fall. It's getting to be very fall-like weather, unusually early here And I am not complaining. We had such a hot beginning of August. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but we've had I think it was Sunday night it was full, or Monday. We've had it's called the corn moon. And it is this big, beautiful moon. And I've enjoyed going outside on my porch at night. It's so bright, and it's just a magical moon. So, and it was still big. It was still pretty big last night, so it still should be rather big and very impressive tonight as well. So I only put glue on the envelope so that I make sure I don't overstep that boundary. And then I'm just going to put the paper right up to the edge of the envelope, and I'm just going to cover it. Now, I did use just regular printer paper, not cardstock. That keeps the bulk down on this. I want to spread out the glue good. I actually found this, which is good for spreading glue. And I need to reposition that while it's still wet. Okay. And then all I'm going to do is cut out the paper from around the envelope. So that side is easy to cover as long as I make sure that I don't glue my envelope together. So let's see. No. And so now that's what we've got on that side. Now we're going to cover this side of the envelope. And I'm not worried about this because when I fold this up, you won't see that. That's going to make part of this tuck. So I'm just going to put glue on my envelope again. I got some new tacky glue. It has this cool cap that it just sits upside down in its cap. So it's easy, so I don't have to wait on the tacky glue to run down all the time. I really like it. Okay. So now I'm just going to put my paper down. And line this up. And then after we cut it out, that's that easy to cover the envelope. It's so easy. The envelope that I've already shown you at the beginning, it is going in my Etsy shop, and it'll probably be in there by the time this video loads. It takes a little while. Sometimes it can take a lot longer than others, but it takes a little while for the videos to load onto YouTube. So I'll have time to put that little set in my Etsy shop. And then this set will be different. I'll make similar, but a little bit different embellishments for this one. And it'll be in there eventually also. All right, so I chose this pretty lady. There's about 6 of these ladies in the kit having tea. In the other one, I chose her because she was reading a book. They're beautiful ladies, and they make such a nice focal point for this project. So I want to make sure I don't have any glue bubbles. Then I'm just going to fold my flap back. And honestly, that's just a pretty envelope. Isn't that so pretty? So easy to take a plain envelope and make it very beautiful. Right, so I'm going to put her here and make that a focal point. But before I put her on, I'm gonna put a little bit of some decoration. Of course I am. And I'm also going to glue down this tuck spot. So I'm only going to put the glue from about here out. So from about that side out to give me plenty of space to tuck a journaling card in there. So I'm going to put that down. I'm just going to put a little bit on each side, and that'll give me a nice big place to tuck a journaling card in. So there we have our little tuck. Right, so she's going to go here. She's so pretty. And then I'm going to put this lace right up here on the card. I'm going to design this one where it will this lace will kind of cascade off the journaling page, the journal page as well. So I am letting the lace go down. And I'm going to see how far she's going. So I can do my lace up a little higher. So I can do it about the middle of that flower. Okay, that kind of gives me an idea of where I can put the lace. So I'm just going to use the hot glue gun and give this lace a little ruffle type effect. And just making sure that I stay toward the bottom of the envelope so I don't get anywhere near where I want that tuck spot to be open. So I'm trying to stay in the middle of that flower. At the very end. Okay, that looks cute. Let's just trim this really quick. Okay, I like that. I'm gonna put just a tiny bit right there. Get that ruffled. Okay, pretty. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put her in. I'm going to put her pretty much even with the top of the envelope. And y'all, this can be, the last thing I looked at that I had done was a large teapot. It kind of reminds me of this teacup, and it was bigger, and it was here, and that was so adorable. It was a little tea themed embellishment set. So it doesn't have to be a photograph or, you know, or this look. It can be something like this. And she does have larger teacups, I believe, in that fussy cut set. So if you wanted teacups, then I think you could find them in that fussy cut set. There were several sizes. Okay, so let's put her on. And I'm just going to put the glue right here so I can see the envelope good. So I'm only putting the glue on the flap. I'm not getting the glue off the flap. So see, the flap is very... Make sure she's straight. And then there she is. So if we look, there she is. Isn't she cute? So pretty. Then I'm going to take another piece of lace and put on top of that one. This one's got some pearls and some sequins. On the other one, I had a piece of wedding gown applique that went on this one. But I didn't have another piece like that fit the envelope. My pieces, I didn't realize I was so low on that. And once I run out of that, it's done. That gown, that part of the gown is gone. I have enjoyed using that. Okay, So now we have a little double ruffle. I should have moved it up a little bit because then you would see the 2 layers of ruffle a little more. But I have a double ruffle. And then I have my little beaded lace trim there. I'm going to glue it there a little more. And then we can tuck embellishments right in. So, these are the ones in the other one, but this is the little journaling card, and it just goes right in. And see how that already is creating a layered look, and y'all know I love layers. So we've already got one layered look, and then we put in our large tag, and that gives us another. I hadn't opened my pocket. Oh, I didn't open my pocket. I have to open my pocket, y'all. I have to open my pocket. I should have done this before I put the lady down. So I'm going to have to move her. And I'm just going to cut the thinnest slice off the edge. Barely cut it. Y'all are probably thinking, where's the pocket? Because I forgot to cut it. So here's the pocket. Here's our little pocket. So we can tuck some fun things in here. This journaling card. And this little scrappy booklet. This cute little teacup. And then that card. And we have the cutest little set. I was going to grab this page again. These are so cute on a page. Look what a full, darling page that makes. Isn't that adorable? So I have the first lady. She'll be available in my Etsy shop probably today. And then this lady, I might get her little set of goodies finished for her little envelope tonight. We could put, I meant to finish this. We could put something there, but with this journaling card going in, when I laid something down there, it just seemed like it was too much. It just didn't need it, and I just thought it was just too much. So there's our sweet little set. Thank you guys for joining me for this quick little project. Super easy. It turns out super cute. And I'll try to look back in my photos and see some more things that I used to make that are just equally fun and cute. So y'all have a great rest of your day. Always remember to embellish the story, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.